State shows pressure again. Haskins backpedals and flips. Dobbins on a screen, has blockers. Dobbins in the clear, in the end zone. A bobbled snap, but Dobbins doesn't matter. Score is standing up. 2 touchdowns for J.K. Dobbins.
J.K. Dobbins is tough because we have no athletic testing to go off of. One red flag for me is that he weighed in a little bit less than what I think I was expecting, right? Like 5'10", 209. Like I thought he would have been like a 215, 220 type back. And that 209 is not really prototypical size that you're looking for out of a feature back. But I mean, it's hard to argue the production that we saw. I mean, over 2,000 yards, 23 touchdowns, 23 receptions. Of those 2,000 yards, 1,200 of those yards came after contact, which was 4th best in the country, 12th in missed tackles, 1st in carries of 15-plus yards. So, I mean, you see the athleticism. You see what he was able to do in one of the best offenses and one of the best programs in the country. That should be mentioned. However, I mean, there's a lot there to like with J.K. Dobbins. The problem is we just don't really know anything else, right? We don't know because he did not test in the combine and we've not got any pro day. So we have no idea really where he comes in. We could go back to 2016, I think, whenever just to see what he did out of high school. But that's all we really have. Does that really affect what you feel about him, not knowing these things, or are you okay with it?
Yeah, I mean, I'm fine with it. He has his second year, his sophomore year. I think disappointed some people, but there are rumors about an injury he was playing through, and did he pack on too much weight? Obviously, his junior year, he looked a lot better, looked more like his freshman year. So no, it doesn't bother me. I wouldn't rely on his high school testing, even though I think he came out as like the highest spark athlete from that class from the Nike testing. But if you look at what he's done over the past 3 years, I really don't have any. I don't have any qualms about him. I don't really have any questions. You can see it on tape. He has the athleticism. He can do it with strength. He can break tackles. Obviously, his contact balance. He has a lateral agility. He has some really nice jump cuts and things like that. So, and the weight thing, if he would have been coming out again like 8 years ago, probably would have dinged him for that. But if you look at who the RB1s were from this past year in half PPR, I think half of the guys were around like that 215 range. I mean, being at 209, like 5-6 pounds lighter than that, I'm not really going to ding him. I mean, we're seeing guys using space more often. This isn't the same NFL as, lining up in the power I formation and just slamming guys into the offense and defensive line. So would we like to see the weight a little bit higher? Sure. But that's not something where I'm going to, take him out of the top tier of running backs because he only came in at 209. So, and I hesitate to be like, well, he had this many carries in college, so that definitely proves he can handle the load. But I mean, I think he averaged something like 240 carries per year at Ohio State. I think he had over 300 this last year. And then, I wish I could remember who pointed it out on Twitter, but someone had a tweet about he had like 3 games in a row this past year where he had 30 or more carries, 3 straight games. So he handled that kind of load. And this past year, Big Ten colleges, the defenses are typically better. It's, probably not going to be SEC level, but it's not like he was running through, putting up that kind of production in the MAC or anything. So as far as Dobbins goes, again, I'm just waiting to see landing spots and draft capital and all these guys, but I don't really see anything from his incomplete profile since we don't have that testing. There's nothing I see there that really bothers me, to be honest.
Dobbins breaks a tackle, watch out! Burst of speed! Look at this freshman! J.K. Dobbins! Touchdown! 78 yards!